Hey, this is Jessica. I just had a conversation on the Business Simplicity podcast with Cédric Francois. Cédric, why do you think people should listen to this?
Well, I will say a couple of words about that. Why? Because you're going to have fun. You're going to learn lots of things about sustainability. And most of all, you're going to feel good and you're going to have a good day after. So please come and enjoy the podcast with us.
And it was a delight for me because we were having a conversation with three people instead of two as usual. And it was a lot of fun. We learned about sustainability and how this organization in France is taking next steps in that area. So
the Business Simplicity Podcast, where we learn about strategies and tactics to succeed through simplicity, with your host, Chris Parker.
And welcome back to the Business Simplicity Podcast. This is Chris Parker, and I'm having a conversation with Cédric Francois from Dstny France and Jessica Van Beek from Qhuba. And we will spell both of those company names at the end because it's not maybe as you would have expected it to be. And Cédric is in charge of sustainability, fleet management, facilities, HR. So basically taking care of the people, their needs, and the planet for the Dstny France organization. And we're really excited to hear more from Cédric about that. And Jessica is with the Qhuba organization, which I'm delightfully a partner. And the Qhuba team with myself have taken the simple business design canvas and sort of morphed that into a sustainable business design canvas. And we really love running what we call sustainability sprints. And in Dstny France, they did a kind of a micro version of that. There was a customized version for their needs as they're kicking off their sustainability ambitions under the leadership of Cédric. And what we decided to do is let's open the kimono a bit and say, hey, what happened in that session, and what happened before and after, or why was it there? What did we learn, and kick that around a little bit. So before we dive into it, maybe Cédric, I know you joined Dstny through an acquisition with OpenIP. And are stepping into some new challenges like sustainability. Can you share a little bit about yourself on what is it you do? And I would really love to know, why are you doing sustainability?
Okay, Chris. Hi, everybody. Yes. Actually, it's kind of a new topic for me, sustainability. And so that's why I'm very excited to do that. I mean, I started this year in 2023 in the Dstny France. And it's first of all to discover new thing. I mean, I'm always, I love to do that. So that was the very challenging for me actually to learn. And I mean, it's something very important. I've been in the HR for 15 years, really, like we can say, like hard HR, in the telecom business. And so I learned a lot about people and stuff. And I think sustainability, it's it's the next step for me. Okay. I mean, like 15 years in the HR, I mean, I went like 360 degree around this thing, and I say, yeah, what can be my new challenge? What can be my new challenge? And actually, sustainability. I thought before it was just environment. But with Qhuba and Jessica, I learned that it was not like that. It was environment, it was economics, and it was social. And I said, oh yes, social. It's very connected with HR. So let's go. And actually, I discovered this word very multiple, very complex, but very fun to be. And yeah, I will say, yeah, it's very challenging. It's fun, And I mean, that's something we have to do. I mean, it's compulsory to do that now, because we have to do something about that. Otherwise, I don't know where we're going to be in 20, in 30 years, in 50 years.
Sure.
So we have to do it, and I'm very glad that I'm doing that now for Dstny.
I love it that you connected, well, yeah, sustainability as a social act, because for me, it really comes down to how humans behave, decisions they make every day. And that's a very social economic thing. So I love it. And I love your passion. I always enjoy talking with you, Cédric. Jessica, you've been on the podcast a number of times because we've collaborated in different ways. But can you give a brief introduction to yourself and the work you're doing with Qhuba, and also why are you known as the Queen Bee?
Yeah, so together with you, Wim, and Simon, we decided to create a workshop around sustainability. I think we what we see in the market now is that every company has to do something about it. I always make the connection with IT. So when IT came up, everyone was like, whoa, wait a minute. Sounds like fun, but it costs a lot of money. So I think we should do it, but how are we going to do it? And I think that's the same thing now with sustainability, and the experience from that Qhuba has during those early years in IT is something I can bring along together with you guys, because you were in there as well, and try to help those companies to have a kickstart around sustainability. So that's what we're creating at the moment, and what we see is very different levels within the companies that we helped. And I think also one of the fun thing is that until now, a lot of IT departments came to us saying, we want to do something around sustainability. And I think that's, well, of course, one, our network is in IT, but two, I think it's amazing to see that IT is one of the front runners around sustainability. So that's a little bit about that side. Queen Bee, yeah, I don't know. No. A few years ago, we also decided to do something with bees. So besides doing our consultancy work, we saw that there is a lack around insects and biodiversity in the Netherlands. Probably not in the Netherlands, but that's what we focused on. And we decided to actually help those bees and help the Netherlands to create more biodiversity. So what we do now is two things, actually. So one is we put hives on rooftops or in gardens of companies to create some first knowledge around, okay, so what are bees doing? What are they creating? How are they helping us? But also we have our own bees on pieces of land that we bought, and the honey that we sell, some money of that will come back and we buy new pieces of land and we create more biodiversity on that pieces of land. So yeah, that's a really other side, but also much fun.
Great. And it's been just wonderful being part of that journey as well. I mean, going from really IT strategy, architecture, consulting, and then kind of pivoting into biodiversity and bees, and then realizing, hey, these things can be married up, and doing some consulting advisory for sustainability. And before Cédric joined, we were talking about sladorns and blackthorn berries, and you just reminded me you have a bunch of land. Thinking, because I've been trying to figure out where can I plant my blackthorn berry ranch. And those flower, I don't know, there we go. That's another conversation. So let's look back. Hey, Cédric, I'm curious to go to the time before the workshop, when you're initially orienting on sustainability for Dstny France, because there's other initiatives and things going on in the group. But what I'm curious is, can you set the scene a little bit on what was in your mind, what were your needs, and what were your expectations that you're saying, hey, let's get a bunch of people from Dstny France into a room, into a workshop to kick off, if you will, because things were already moving, but really to accelerate and boost the conversation in a holistic dialogue way. I'm just curious, what was in your mind at the time, and what were you expecting?
Yeah, good question. Actually, it's okay. I think we had this workshop last May. I think Jessica, it was in May, middle of May, and like I think it was end of 2022. Actually, I was I'm I go like every year, or I mean, not too much because it's I have to take the plane, so it's not the best. But I go to South America, especially in Peru. I've been there like 8-9 times already, and try to help a friend that I had at the University of Dallas when I was doing my MBA, and 30 years ago. I mean, long time ago, and actually, seeing this country. I mean, you see the wealth, you see the poor people. I mean, it's like it's. I mean, it's something. It's kind of amazing to see that. I mean, you don't have to go any further to see poverty or thing like that. I mean, we have that, of course, in France. But I mean, saying that, and then after when I came back to France, I say, yeah, I have to do something about. I mean, I have to be more focus on I mean, sustainability. I didn't know that it was sustainability at that time. Okay, but to do something, and actually, I was talking to some people to Dstny Group, and I kind of hear that with our main shareholder, I mean 7.2. I mean, it used to be Apax, now it's 7.2. It was kind of a big issue for them. So I say, yeah, of course, maybe we have to do something about that. So I started to think of that, and actually, it was like from scratch. I mean, there was a white paper in front of me. I mean, I didn't know. So okay, I put some idea on the paper, and I was talking to 7.2. I was talking to the group. I was talking also to Laurent, which was one of my partner in OpenIP. Is a chief actually. He's doing some M&As now for the group strategy and things like that. And he's got his own foundation, Act for a Better Planet. So we talk about that. And actually, I was with Laurent in Peru. Okay, so that's why we talk about that. I've known him for like 35 years. I mean, we were at school together. Anyway, and then after I said, okay, we have to do something, and I say, yeah, but I cannot do it alone. I mean, it's. I mean, I'm alone. Okay, I'm doing stuff for the group, but I have to do something, and I don't like too much the idea of managing a team. I mean, I did lots of management and everything, but I didn't want that. Okay, and so I say maybe if I can pick like people from the engineer department, salespeople, the business controller, of course, the people from the HR. Maybe we can gather together, create a team, and share the same, I mean, passion for people actually, and do something. And actually, we create this team, and we started to do things together. And at that time, it was beginning of 2023. I said, okay, it's good, but I need somebody to help me. I mean, a coach or something like that to structure this group and to structure our action. And so two things came in my mind. say, okay, find a coach to do that. I mean, and we found a Qhuba with Jessica, and it was perfect to begin. And we found another company called Sami, and with this company we started to do I'll say our first footprint, I mean carbon footprint. It's going to be released in October. So that was that. Actually, it started like that a year ago, after a little travel around the world.
So when you started with the white paper, the blanco paper around sustainability, did you find out that within Dstny France there were already things going on around sustainability?
I mean, yeah, it was something with Laurent and his foundation, but it was not too much. I mean, he was doing thing with his foundation. Little thing was connected with the Dstny France, but actually not that much. I know, like couple years ago, I mean, we started. I mean, I was not part of that too much, but we started to put a little ESG charter thing like that, you know, and but it was kind of slow, and actually, yeah, we did a little thing. I mean, for the garbage, put the paper, you put the organic, you know, for trash and everything like that. I mean, small thing, but it was not that much actually.
No.
We had to do something. I mean, we better, bigger, and in the that will last. That would last. That was the thing to do.
So did you also feel the pressure from the French government doing something around sustainability?
Of course, I went to those government website to try to understand what was going on with the ADN and agency like that. Of course, but usually at that time, I mean, it was more like for big company. Okay, it was for bigger company. I mean, in France, we are like 200 people, so it's quite nice. But usually, the requirement, the law that the French government did, it was more like for 300 people, 500 people, 1,000. You have to do that and that and that, and it's compulsory. It's requirement. Okay, you have to have a budget because it's got to cost money and everything. But I knew that this thing will come to small company. It's got to be a requirement in some, and of course, I think it's a good thing. I mean, if it's done well, okay, it's going to be a good thing. Okay, it cannot be like you cannot do business anymore because you have to do that and you know, thing like that. No. But it's going to be like next year or in a couple of years. I mean, like small company, 50 people, 100 people, they will have to do some stuff. It will be coming required, I mean, compulsory to do that. So we have to anticipate. I mean, okay. And that was my thought at that time. To anticipate, of course.
Yeah.
So something that I believe, but I want to check with both of you is talent in the future will demand a company that is respecting the environment and respecting people and having a authentic approach to sustainability. I guess, Cédric, what's your thought on that? Like, for attracting talent, and Jessica, if you have an opinion as well, is this something that you imagine? I guess it's something I want to believe. I guess I'm not sure if I have any data to prove it, but what do you guys think? Are people demanding a company is more sustainable before they'll consider working with them?
Jessica, you want to, or I can answer?
Go for it.
You want to?
Go for it.
Okay. I think knowing I mean, young people. I have children. I mean, from 19 to 29. Okay, so they still have, they're studying, other they're still working. And I think for this population, this generation, and it's going to be something important. I mean, I hope so. To provide them a responsible company to get in. Okay, it's like, for example, you want to attract new talent in the company. Okay, you're gonna see. Okay, it's going to be fun to work there. Okay, you're gonna have the pay. You have a maybe pension. I mean, whatever. A car in the morning. You'll have fruits for breakfast. You got free coffee. You can play a dart. So whatever. But then after, we have to put the sustainability inside, I mean, in the middle of those criteria, I mean, to attract more talent. Because I'm sure, like if you have two companies, they're more or less the same, maybe the person say, oh yeah, but okay, they do that for the environment, or they do that for the people, they get action or class action or whatever. Okay, okay, I prefer to go to this company. So yes, of course, we have to do it. We have to communicate, and it's gonna be fun to do that, actually.
I'm not sure if it's really embedded already in their being. What I see now, and I don't want to sound too negative, but they have a lot of choice at the moment. And what I see is how much they are getting paid is still number one. And now, because there is, well, still a war of talent going on, the companies that are doing good and have a lot of money throw out a lot of money to get them in. I think they, well, right now would choose the money first before looking at what they are doing around sustainability. So I think we still have to work on that. But I also think that it's really difficult for that generation, but I think for everyone to step into a company and say, okay, let's flip this one over and put sustainability in the center. Also because there's not a lot of people that have a lot of years of experience doing that. So what I see now, like if I look at job alerts coming up on LinkedIn saying, oh, a sustainability person with 5 or 6 years of experience, I'm like, okay, cool. So who is that person?
Who has that?
Who are they?
Yeah.
And I think I think that it's for a lot of things, but I mean, if you put those young people, giving them the opportunity to do it and figure it out, not knowing how to do it, that will be, I mean, yeah. But that's for a lot of things, I think. To say, okay, flip it over. There's a group of talent. Go for it, man. But yeah, you have to be you have to believe in them to really let them do that. So I hope it will get better. Yeah.
I guess for me now, it's where I feel it myself is I have this probably irrational, like, if you're approached by an oil company or a cigarette company or some sort of sin industry, I like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
You could also say, yeah, go join that company and then make a difference, because then that's the other view. But my initial reaction is like, no. But it's and I assume that will shift over time as the society shifts. So maybe jumping back into the workshop and sustainability at Dstny.
Yeah, so Cédric, eventually Simon, Wim, and I, we stepped in. We said hello in May to you guys, and we did the 2-day workshop in France. How did you experience that?
Actually, it was. I mean, for me and the team, I think it was very. I mean, grateful. I mean, benefit to do that. I mean, what I like, okay, it's the kind of the method used by Qhuba. It was like the Socrates meiotic approach. I mean, you know, discovering answer by asking question. And I think this interaction between the us, I mean, the team and you guys, I think that's the thing that I prefer, because it was okay. I'm not gonna give you answer like that, you know. I mean,
You
you
said
have
that a
to
lot.
work. You have to work a little bit. I mean, you have to okay, see your motivation, thing like that. But I think it was the good approach to discover new thing like that, and answer, try to understand the challenges of sustainability, and then after it was easier for us to build or try to build a sustainability strategy for Dstny France with this approach. So yeah, it was. I think during those 2 days we had a clear view of what is at the stake and what to do after. So yeah, it was fun. I remember it was fun. We had a fun dinner and everything, but
Yeah, that was nice. You should tell about the dinner where it was a good place to go to after workshop. Can you tell something about that?
And what was
yeah,
that?
it was actually, it was the first thing, the first time that I was there. It was on the by it was in Paris, by approach to the suburb, not too far from the office. I mean, couple of subway station, or I mean tramway station, and actually it was maybe old tramway station that they rebuilt in a restaurant, and but it was good in the sustainability theme that we were, because you know, it was from old thing, you try to do a new restaurant, new thing like that. So it was
It
it
was
was like
called
the yeah.
Recyclable, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
I recall. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So yeah, it was perfect actually to to go there during those 2 day workshop. Yeah, it was
yeah,
good.
yeah. It was very nice. So, did you have any real? I think you already mentioned one, but were there any other real eye openers for you during the sustainability workshop?
Um, yeah, and what I was saying before, it's that sustainability is not only environment, it's economics, it's social, it's governments, it's, you know, thing like that. So it opened my eyes. I mean, to see the whole range of sustainability. So I think that was that was good, and also say, okay, okay, sustainability it's this kind of concept, but then after how I work with that, okay, and and actually you can open our mind to, okay, but you can maybe try this and this and this, you know, little by little, and and structure a little bit more your action to do then something very concrete. So yeah, that was the what is it and how we can do it, and that can be in the future, that can last in the future.
Yeah. I think one of the main things that is really important for us when we start the workshop is that the group of people sitting there is a mixture of people within the company having different levels, but also different things that they do within the company. I think your group was spectacular in that because it was all kinds of people from the company. But there were also some people who already joined the workshop that we did in Belgium.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think was helpful because they recognized some stuff that we did. But we also did some exercises within the group around who's going to play what kind of role. And also, what kind of topics do we think are important? And my experience in that was it was a fun thing going on because I remember the person from HR was really focused on
people.
We need to get the people in and that kind of stuff. So, how did you experience the group dynamic during the workshop?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, actually, I mean, you're right. Those two engineers that they went to the first workshop in Belgium the year before. I mean, 6 months before. Okay, they kind of knew a little bit more that what's gonna happen, and maybe they are big open mind. I mean, they were a little bit more. Not too much focus on their department, okay? But yeah, you're right. The HR people, okay. First of all, say people, it's like that. Maybe the sales guy focus on the customer or the sales, the thing like that. Yeah. It was like that at the beginning. And that's why we could find then after, because they open a little bit bit more their mind. We can find the role of everyone. Okay. Okay. Of course, you're salesman, you do that. So maybe you're going to be more in the communication, and you're going to be more in the governments, or you're going to be a little bit more with the people, of course. But at the end of the day, I think it was actually everybody was a little bit more open-minded, definitely, and they were not too focused on their job, on their department, or their area of comfort, as we can say. So no, it was amazing to see that. Yeah, it's the change. And but yeah, because at the beginning, when you start in the group, the workshop, okay, you say, what's going to happen, everything, okay, you're like kind of not shy, but you go step by step, and you say, yeah, but how it's gonna, what are we gonna do and everything, sometimes it's a little bit confusing. You got lots of information, but actually it's like it's like a movie. Okay, you start it, you don't know, okay, what's going to happen, and after an hour and a half or 2 hours, I mean, it lasts 2 days. Okay, it's like a puzzle. Okay, and you go like that, and you got the whole view, the global view, and say, okay, that's it. Okay, we can go now. Okay, we know what we're gonna do. So no, it was fun, and everybody play the game, and so no, it was nice.
Yeah. So we are getting a little bit famous around our tiny pressure cookers we're doing during the workshops. Not everyone likes it. So how did you experience that? Because I remember we put pretty much pressure on you guys to get through everything we wanted to do during those 2 days.
Yeah. That what I was saying. I mean, the really beginning, maybe the first couple of hours, so, okay, what they want. I mean, what's going on? Okay, that's okay. Okay. Then after, you know, I was saying, okay, let's just, you know, go by the flow and see what's going on. And and actually, yeah, it was kind of weird because sometimes, you know, I was confusing because I didn't really understand where we were, okay, and where were why you were doing that or what was and really at the end of the day, I mean, the second day, everything was clear and everything. The pressure went down and it was it was good for everybody. But I think it was the good approach, the good method to do that, because otherwise, if you, I mean, the people. When you have those people in the workshop, they have to be a actor of the workshop. Okay, they cannot just you know be uh, uh, people that just watch the show, okay, and not be part of the show. Okay, it doesn't work like that, and that's why maybe we felt this kind of pressure, but it was a good one, huh? And but yeah, it's I think that's the good way to do to make understand. I mean, to make sure that people they can understand the 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 why, the how, the everything of sustainability to then after be able to do something with that. But yeah, it's we handle pretty good actually the pressure.
Great. So if you look back at how we ended the workshop, and looking at now, what is the biggest achievement? What's the biggest?
The thing it's okay. We set the goal, the values. I mean the goal. I write down this, you know, to have a positive impact of society by creating a policy of sustainability, economic, social, environmental, integrated in the Dstny DNA, culture and operation, you know, thing like that. The value, commitment, respect, sharing, ambition, and have fun. Okay, I remember, I recall we put that. The scope, okay, was for friends and things. So that was good. And since what we did, okay, we start to structure the thing. So I have a meeting twice a month. I mean, with the group, meeting every week in small group, governance group, data and measurement, because we're doing the footprint, the carbon footprint, to gather all the data and everything, and the communication and engagement. We started to communicate on our SharePoint, so that's the thing we did. So now. And on the newsletter. So now in France, they know that we exist. So that's that's good. The carbon footprint's going to be released in hopefully in October. Okay. I'll try to translate, and I will give you a copy, Jessica, of that. So it's almost done. The measurement, the data, and everything. We had to work with accounting. We have to work with the engineer, the fleet management. I mean, it was me, so it was easy to do something like that. And the charter, of course, the SCG charter that the policy, it's almost done. I mean, it's going to be released in October. So yeah, we did some good stuff. We for the people, we have now this a survey of measurement that are ready, that you know, every 2 or 3 times a year, to find the NPS of the people, the well-being and everything. Okay, we put that, and the survey also for the main supplier, the main partners, the main customer. It's going to be released, so it's almost done. And I think that we did also, as far as the cars are concerned, it's okay. I'm dealing with the fleet management for France, and okay, I said, okay, that's it. Okay, from now on, we're doing long term lease rental car. Okay, that's what we do in France with lease plan or ALD or Arval. This kind of company that you know very well. Only 100% electrical car. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I have the sales director came to me, Cédric, but they have to take the car for 500 kilometers to go to see the customer and everything, and it's better with gas because we found more gas station. I said, yeah, but otherwise they take the train. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Or now I'm just gonna rent, 100% electrical car. Okay. You have now in France, you got the thing everywhere. It's like 25 minutes, you can plug your car and everything. So that's it. So at the beginning, they were like that, but now it's okay. And I have Laurent with me, said, yeah, okay, we do that. Okay, it's cheaper for everybody. Now the car, it's even cheaper than to rent a combustion gas engine. So we do like that. So at least, okay. So, but I think it's going to be good.
Cédric, it sounds like the workshop was an amazing kickoff and got a lot of things moving. Before we wrap up, a couple quick points. A couple of your people were at a workshop in Belgium earlier, and we had Samuel De Wever, the CTO and co-founder of Dstny, in that workshop, and he's been on the podcast as well. So I'll put in the show notes a link to that episode because that was also nice, but from a different perspective. And you mentioned, I think you called it Sammy. Is that the name of the company that did the what I'd love to do is get the link to that, so then people can find that if they're looking to do some carbon measurement. I think from what I remember, that's more of a French focused company, but at least people can.
Yeah, I think so, Chris. It's more French. I saw three of those. There was Greenlee, there was Sammy, there was another one. I forgot his name, and at the end of the day, we choose this one because we had more feeling with the people. But maybe it's more French focused.
Yeah.
But it'd still be a great place. I'd love to include the link in the show notes for people to learn from. And I think that for me, if people want to get to know more, so if anyone's inspired, particularly around Western Europe, but I guess anywhere in the world, but particularly around Western Europe, if you'd like to work with Jessica, the other consultants, Wim and Simon, sometimes myself, I love stepping into these things as well, then you can discover that at Qhuba.com, and that's Qhuba. So that's not the name of the country, but it's Qhuba.com. And for Dstny, if you want to learn more about what Dstny is doing in France around the world, you can dstny.fr for Cédric's group in France, or dstny.com for the group. Wow, thank you so much. And I'm delighted and excited because I had heard so much along the way, but I wasn't there myself. That the engagement was great. I also heard that the pressure cookers were sometimes confronting because let's get things going, but it sounds like it really paid off, Cédric, and it really set the scene, it set the path for you to do some amazing things. And I guess the last question for you is what is the biggest thing that you wish to achieve, like in the next period? Like, what's the next big thing for sustainability in Dstny France?
Okay. If of course, if I'm talking economics, I hope that the company will go good with numbers and things like that. And I'm also a shareholder of Dstny, so that's that's something that it's something that we have to do. As far as people are concerned, the well-being, we hope that we attract more talent, and the people in the group, and especially in France. I mean, they're very happy to work, and they can communicate on that happiness. And otherwise, I hope that we're going to reach some neutral carbon thing within like 5-6 years before 2030. And what I want to do, especially for the fleet management, it's like at the end of 2024 or 2025, no more a gas combustion engine cars. Okay, just 100% electrical, and otherwise we take the train, not too much the plane to go from Bordeaux to Strasbourg or whatever. Okay, we can take the plane, and that's what we want to achieve.
Beautiful ambitions. So Jessica, thank you so much for joining and having the conversation. And Cédric, thank you so much. It's always a delight to talk to you. Thank you both so much. This has been marvelous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. Visit ebullient.com to download the Simple Business Design Framework. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite player.